Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a good week. So for my WOU plan assignment, I decided to take a look at the Gervais School District here in Oregon. This school district has four different schools in it, and it has approximately 1,050 students. So 67.1% of these students are Hispanic, 29.6 are white, 1.5 are Native American, and or Alaskan, and then a small percentage of students are African American, Asian, and Pacific Islander as well. So when looking at this particular WOU plan, I was amazed to see that 22% of the entire student population in the district are ELLs that qualify for the ELL program. And that makes and it makes sense when you look at it, because all teachers in this district are mandated to have had PSYOP instruction, and they are mandated to use sheltered instruction in all of their classrooms. And so when it comes to language instruction, they do use ELD, and at the elementary level, this is a push-in model. And at the middle and high school levels, students, they go to a classroom once a day for one period and have that language instruction, which is about 48 minutes per day. So when a student comes and registers for one of the schools in this district, they fill out a home language survey, which determines whether or not English is their first language. If it is not their first language, then they take the Woodcock-Munoz language survey, and the test results are studied and examined by an ELL coordinator or the district's test director. So once the results are in and they have assessed and examined the results, they then contact the principal or language instructors or teachers within that school, and then they come up with a personalized plan for that ELL, and then they get them admitted into the ELL program. And parents are notified 2 days after this decision and determination has been made. So after that, they do take, these students do take the ELPA once a year, and this helps them determine whether the student is making progress in their language acquisition. They also utilize several other assessment methods to determine whether the students should be or are progressing and should be reclassified. Once the students are determined or they're deemed to be proficient in English, they do exit the program. And they can do this in several ways. They can either score a 5 on the ELPA, they can pass their state tests, or they can present a profile which has examples of their English proficiency and examples of their schoolwork as well. So they are monitored 2 years after exiting the program, and there is a team of educators that do look out for the student just in case the student starts to fall behind. And if the student does start to fall behind in their content area classes, there are several resources and instructional methods that they utilize to try to get the student back on track and start improving in those content-based classes. And some of these methods include they have after-school programs, and they also help students with their in-class work and their homework as well. So when looking at the district climate, it's very easy to see that this is a district that cares about their ELLs and prepares their teachers to be effective teachers to these ELLs, since there are so many of them. One of the strengths is that their decisions for including the SIOP method and ELD are based on sound theoretical foundations. According to Wright, effective programs for ELLs include both ESL and sheltered instruction. And also, another strength of this WOU plan is that there are many resources that English language for ELLs and their families, including quality educators. Actually, 93.2% of the courses taught are in that district are taught by highly qualified educators, which is really great. And then they also really push parent communication as a priority. Parents will be notified in the language in which they speak whenever they need to be notified, like in report cards and newsletters and other important notices. They do get that. The district also has Spanish translators in each school, and if a translator is needed for a different language, they will hire that translator. And it is also, when looking at the WOU plan, it is very evident that they do utilize these assessments, and they use the results to help the students and to find problems and fix them and build a stronger program with every assessment. So there is one thing that I think the Gervais School District could utilize perhaps in the future, and I'm not sure if they haven't done so because it might be more expensive or they just don't have enough resources, but I think it would be great if they would implement a bilingual program, preferably a dual language program. As we saw in Watanabe's article, dual language programs are becoming more and more prevalent in the field of education, and they don't have that stigma that bilingual education usually does. So I think, especially with the large amount of ELLs, and they're mostly Spanish-speaking English language learners, I think that the school could really benefit from a bilingual program or a dual language program. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing all of your other videos. Have a good night.